Dating apps are making you gay, but not in the way that you think. I'm not saying that you're going to go on dating apps and instantly become homosexual. What I'm saying is they make the experience of dating so bad, so terrible, that the idea of becoming gay is probably a better alternative. And I say that somewhat sarcastically because I don't think you should become gay because dating apps suck. I think there are other ways that you can go around dating that doesn't involve using a screen as such. Let me explain. I've had a fair bit of experience using dating apps. I would say, for the most part, I'm a pretty normal looking guy. Nothing exceptional about myself that women would be necessarily attracted to, at least on these apps. That experience looks like you going on, you getting no matches. The matches that you do get think that you're a serial killer. They don't want to meet up with you. So you're basically going through this emotional roller coaster of liking all these girls, thinking like, oh, she would be a perfect match because of these things. Oh, she would be a good match because of these things. But even if you match with a person, you're still not getting the chance to actually meet them and go on a date and do dating, which is the whole reason you're on the apps. I think this is so detrimental to one's mind. And I say that because when I was on these apps, I was probably in the lowest place I've ever been. I was probably the most depressed that I've ever been because ultimately you're basically proving to yourself that you're not worthy of a relationship because you're putting in all these outputs. You're putting the outputs of scrolling, right? You're scrolling, you're swiping, whatever the case is. You're sending out these hearts to people to show interest. And the reward that you're getting back is that no one wants to meet you. You're not really getting any of the matches. You're not getting any likes. The people that are liking you, you don't like back because, for whatever reason. So it really affects your mental health because you think you're suddenly unworthy. Now, that is the main reason I don't like dating apps. I also think that they are mainly primed to people who are hyper attractive or they have a way of showing off their status or their wealth, whatever that case may be. So for the normal person, they're not a productive place and they just make you dislike your existence. What can you do instead? I think there is a lot of things you can do, but the other things are far more difficult than dating apps. Dating apps are easy, it's low commitment, it's swiping away, but it takes away from your life, it takes away from your mental health. What can you do instead, though? You can go and join clubs that people that you're actually going to be attracted to are going to be at as well. I think that's the most important thing. Someone that shares a common interest with you is going to be far easier to strike a conversation with. But to caveat this, when you're going to these places, you don't want to go with the intention of, I'm going to this place to go and find someone to date or marry or whatever that case is. That's weird. That's weird, and that's going to come off in the way that you're talking. So you have to go to the place because you actually want to go to the place. And the cherry on top, or the bonus, is that you may come across someone who is a good match for you, and you can naturally just start conversing with that person and feel out if there is any sort of romantic intention there. Or they're interested in you, you're interested in them. Work it out. You're a human being. Use your emotions. Another thing you can do is find online communities. If you hate going outside or you live in the middle of nowhere and there's no way of you getting to a place where there's going to be lots of people that you can communicate with, what can you do? You can go into online communities again with someone who is in a place that has a shared interest of yours, but there ultimately has to be a far clearer intention of what you're trying to achieve when you're talking to these people. That doesn't mean that you're going to message them and instantly say, I love you and I want to go on a date with you. Again, that's weird. Have a little bit of social normancy here. Normalcy? Normalcy. But you want to make your intention clearer far quicker than you would in an in-person interaction because there's far less risk. And when I say risk, I mean if you say to someone after you've spoken to them a few times over the phone that you have an interest or your intention is clear in the fact that you want to date them, the downside is far less because you can still attend that community and just not interact with them. Whereas in an in-person situation, a little bit higher stakes because if you want to continue going back to that place, you will have to interact with them in some capacity. But ultimately, go to places where you actually care about, something that you're actually interested in, because you can be in your element. You can be around people who have the same interest in you. You can show your skills, your specialities, or your character, your personality far easier. So go out there, do what it takes. Don't use the apps. They're going to suck your money and suck your brain because it just sucks. But I hope you find the person that you're looking for. If you've not yet prayed about it, I would highly recommend taking a second, build a relationship with God, pray about finding that person. He may show some weaknesses in your life that you need to work on to become a better person that's worthy of finding a partner. And that may take some time. Don't put too much pressure on it, but just have the intention in your heart that that's something you eventually want to achieve. And ultimately try and become a good husband or a good wife prior before even meeting that person. Don't become perfect. Don't try and be perfect, but just try and become better. Have a good one. Peace.